Hello, my name is Martin. I work as a medium clairvoyant in central England in the UK. Recently I've had a few clients ask me to do some sort of tutorial on the tarot cards. So what I'd like to do is show you the basics with the tarot cards, and I guess it's like anything in this life, whatever you do, get the basics right first. A lot of people miss out this part, and it's so essential to get the basics right first. They can save you a lot of time, a lot of problems, and it'll give you a better understanding and a better use of the tarot cards themselves. First of all, you can see there's different tarot cards here. These are actually angel cards, so I'll take those out and we'll come back to perhaps on those on another video. And these are the tarot cards we've got today. As you can see, there's two packs here. This is for this pack, so we'll put that on there. And there's basically two different types. There's the expensive pack that cost me around £15. Lovely pack of tarot cards, lovely image, even gives a description there of what the tarot card means. Unfortunately, sometimes you get the tarot cards that way around, the reverse, or upside down. Of course, then that could be a different meaning. A lot of people, and this is really funny, always want to do a good reading for themselves. But the tarot cards will always be honest, so honesty is the best policy. So I tend to use these without the meaning because the meaning, as I say, can be somewhat different. Cheap pack, these are the ones that I call the cartoon characters, but I find these are great. These are my cards, this is what I use for myself. I've got another pack of them for clients, so I keep my vibration on these cards for my own use. I never really use these. Now, what people tend to find when they do buy tarot cards, it can be basically highly addictive. Beware, please. You buy a couple of packs, you go to a psychic fair, you go to a psychic shop, see another beautiful pack, so what do you go and do? Buy another one, and before you know it, you've got a shelf full of tarot cards that you probably never use. Make great bookends, but that's about it. Now, the first thing is, when you do choose a pack, you'll find that some packs are better than others. What I mean to say is that you'll feel more comfortable with a certain deck or a certain pack. Pick the pack that you feel most comfortable with. Even if you have been a bit of a tarot addiction and buy 4 or 5 packs, one pack will stand out as the most comfortable. Now, whatever you do, when you first buy the tarots and you want to use those tarot cards, then put a piece of ribbon, for instance, around your tarot cards. Or you can use a little bit of string maybe just to tie them together. Then put them under your pillow and sleep with them for 2 or 3 nights so that they get your vibration. It's totally essential for your cards to become part of you, or should I say, you become part of the tarot cards. Once that is done, they will tend to what I call attach or hold your vibration that is unique and special to you. I suppose you could call it, I don't know, psychic DNA if you want to. But now with modern physics and modern science, there is the wave theory, there is quantum physics, there's bioquantum physics. And it's where things are basically, or part of that is where there's an attachment between one thing and another thing throughout the universe. So I liken it to billions and trillions of spiders' webs all interconnected. So when it gets your vibration, you start to become connected. It's a bit like having a connection with a broadband or internet service, but this internet service is actually a psychic internet service. So get those basics right first. That's very important indeed. Get to know your cards. Don't be frightened to the cards. A lot of people get very scared when they see the cards and they see these very imposing pictures and they look at them and they go, oh, what's that? What's that? What does that mean? And they get sort of a little bit sort of, they hold a certain mysticism about them. But one thing I've always found is that tarot cards are basically a tool. If you have a plumber come into your house or a carpenter, he'll come in with his bag of tools. And tarot cards are the same. The real secret is when you do a tarot reading and when you look at a card, for instance the Sun card there, then that could mean the summer or happiness. But look at the card, use your intuition. When you use your intuition, something else will come out with it. Then you could say to the client, oh, I see in the summertime you're going to feel happy because you feel happiness. Then using your intuition, you're connecting with the tarot cards and connecting with the client. So use that. And believe you me, I have a lot of people say, oh, I haven't got any intuition, it doesn't exist, it's not part of anything. It is. Even the non-believers can have a very good intuition. In fact, I've known a lot of non-believers in any of this stuff having some of the best intuition. But that's probably another video for another day. Now, they do say it can take you 10 years or more to learn the tarot cards. Well, you can pick up the basics in about 2 weeks. I don't think you ever do learn all of the different spreads and all of the different combinations and all of everything with the tarot cards, because it's one of those things that you learn as you go on. So please, those are the basics. The other thing is, if you've got your tarot pack and, for instance, you do lend them to a friend, which I don't really advise you doing, and you get them back, you tend to find that the cards may hold the other person's vibration slightly. So put them in your hand and shuffle them around and give them a chance to get your vibration back. And that's important, but I don't personally give my tarot cards out. I keep them for myself. Now, storage of the tarot cards, I do recommend you can put them in a lace binder or something like that, but I also put mine in a wooden box. And it's a lovely wooden box. Of course, wood is natural, so anything natural is normally better than anything man-made as far as keeping vibrations are concerned. Now, this pack, the cheap pack that we have here, came with a beautiful book. And I'll just show you the book. It's got all of the meanings in there for all of the tarot cards. Look, you can see the different meanings. At the back, there's all sorts of things like the different spreads that you can do. So it's a bit of a teach yourself type of guide as well. There we go. You can see the love card there. Now, I do know that the tarot cards are extremely accurate. And so if you want an accurate reading, then choose the tarot cards. But the tarot cards are just one tool. For instance, a medium using the cards will use them as a little bit of a thing just to get the client to perhaps open up a little bit, and then you may have something more come through as part of the readings. Now, the one thing with the tarot cards is that they offer you advice, which means, for instance, that's an unstoppable force, okay? So what you tend to find that if you get a reading where it's perhaps saying to you to beware or be careful, or there's something that you would get a little bit worried about, like anxiety, for instance, or whatever, the tarot cards are giving you advice. Now, I've always found with psychic readings, there's some things you can change, there's some things you can never change, but everything else is in between. So please, by having a forewarning, you can do something about it. And I've never found in a tarot reading that anything has been anything that people can't really do something about. Like a relationship, for instance, you could have a relationship and then you could have the World card and say the best card of the pack. So you have a relationship and you could find that it is the best card of the pack, but then have anxiety. So it could cause anxiety to be so far into the relationship. Because you know that previously, you can then be prepared for it. Now, the tarot cards are, in some ways, and I would agree with this, I tend to look after them, respect them. In some ways, I guess you could call that a little bit sacred, if you like. Don't be frightened to ask the cards. If you've got a question, shuffle them, ask the question, and then see what the tarot gives you. They're a tool. They're there to help you. It's a great way. They're absolutely loads and loads of fun to use. Get to know them, love them, give people readings, and you'll tend to find that you'll get so much enjoyment. In fact, actually, these cost, I say, £5, I think. These cost £15 about sort of 10 years ago. My goodness, what can you spend that's £5 that can give you so much enjoyment? Anyway, that wraps up this first tutorial video 1 on the tarot cards. Lots more videos to follow. Please check out my website, martin.uk.com, And I say thank you very much indeed.